feeling right or you have a question about a pose. But we will go ahead and get started. So my name's Jen and this is your Vinyasa class. I am really excited and honored to guide you guys today. We're going to be focusing on twists. We're in the middle of a pandemic and stuck in quarantine, and so maybe we're snacking a little more or having a little more wine. So I thought we could do a really good detoxifying class where we work on wringing out the body, and twists are also just really good for our digestive tract. So we'll go ahead and get started, but if there's anything that doesn't feel right in your body or you need to modify or adjust, please do make this your practice. Feel free to add on, take off, this is really your time on the mat, so please make sure to enjoy it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just get started in any comfortable seat. You can feel free to lift up your hips and sit on a blanket or a prop if you'd like. And then grow your spine nice and tall. Relax your shoulder blades on your back. Palms can rest face up or face down, might feel good today. It gives a little bit more grounding. We could definitely use a little more grounding at this moment. And then as you're ready, go ahead and close off your eyes. Just taking these first few moments of practice to truly arrive to the space. Arriving into your body, eventually into your breath. Taking a big breath in through your nose, all the way down into your belly. Open mouth, exhale, let it out. One more deep inhalation. And let it out. This time, if you'd like, as you inhale, bring your shoulders up to your ears. Take in another sip of air and then open, audible exhale. Drop your shoulders. Resealing your lips. Taking a breath in through your nose and back out of your nose. Maybe even starting to slightly constrict your throat creates that whisper-like sound, creating some heat in your body. And eventually arriving to an intention for your practice, something to keep you present, something to anchor you. Make it something positive. As we twist and wring out and let go today, what would you like to create space for? What would you like to cultivate? And you can feel free to open up your eyes, take a big breath in, reach those arms up towards the sky. And with an exhale, twist to the right. So right hand comes behind your body. Take another big breath in, grow the spine long. And with an exhale, twist a little bit more over that right shoulder. 2 more breaths. Leaving your left hand where it is. Reach that right arm up and forward towards the top of the mat. Stretch into that right side body. And then find the opposite knee. Allow your shoulder blades to part, round in, tuck your chin. Sit up nice and tall. Hands can reach for opposite shoulders, or you can take eagle bind. With the inhale, reach up, create a back bend, gaze up. And with an exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, find a cow-like pose. And exhale to round like cat. One more time. Inhale, arms reach up. And then just fold over your body, reaching forward, letting your hips drop back as you reach forward. Just getting a little bit of a hip release. You can sway a little side to side. That might feel good. And then walk your hands back towards your body. We're just going to switch the opposite leg in front. Switch the seat. Inhale, reach those arms high. And this time with the exhale, twisting to the left. Left hand comes behind your body. Big breath in, grow the spine long. And then exhale, twisting deeper, gazing back over that shoulder. Taking 2 more breaths. Nice. Right hand stays where it is. Left arm reaches towards the top of the mat, stretching into that left side body. And then that hand finds opposite knee, round into your back. Let those shoulder blades really part. Tuck your chin. And sitting up nice and tall, you can grab opposite shoulders or go for eagle bind. Inhaling to our back bend and exhaling to round. 2 more. Breathing in and out. Last one. Big breath, reach up, and then just hinge forward. Releasing your hips back, stretching your fingertips forward, possibly swaying a little side to side. Okay, walk those hands back towards your body. And we're gonna find downward facing dog. So take your time to get there, get yourself set up well. Hands plant about shoulder width distance, fingertips spread. Feet are about hip width distance. And then just feel free to pedal it out. Kind of explore your first downward dog. How's your body feeling? As you're ready, we'll just go ahead and find some stillness, taking about 5 or so solid breaths. Pressing into your hands, press your chest back towards your thighs. You can gaze towards your toes or maybe up towards your belly button. And feel free to add a bend into your knees to allow your spine to be long and your hips to reach high. You can gaze towards your hands and just start to walk your way towards the top of the mat. Feet will be about hip width distance. And then bend really liberally into those knees. Grab opposite elbows. You can allow your belly to be supported by your thighs and just sway a bit side to side. And shake your head out, yes and no. Posture is really nice and releasing for the low back, so just kind of enjoy it, hang out, maybe stick in a spot that feels really good for a little longer, a couple extra breaths. go ahead and get into those hamstrings. So straighten out through the legs and then release your hands down to the mat or a block. Just let your head be heavy, neck is long, forward fold. You can plant your left hand underneath you on a block or on the mat and bend into your left knee really well. Right arm lifts up towards the sky or twisting. And you can grab for that left hip crease if you want to create a half bind. Nice, reach around, come back to a forward fold. Right hand comes underneath the body on a block or the mat. Bend into that right knee, left arm reaches up towards the sky. Feel free to grab for that right hip crease, creating a half bind. All right, unwind, come back to that forward fold. With an inhale, lift up halfway, hands can come to your shins. Exhale, breath, fold. Inhale, reach up all the way for the sky, get tall, arms lift, gaze lifts. And hands come to heart center. Inhale, reach high. And as you exhale, we're going to twist open to the right. So right arm comes towards the back of the mat, left arm comes forward. You might notice the right hip starts to follow, so pull that right hip back forward in line with the left hip so your hips are pointed towards the front of the mat. We're really peeling into that upper back, twisting into the upper back. Inhale, reach those arms back up towards the sky. And then exhale, twist to the left. Right arm reaches forward, left arm reaches back. That left hip might start to follow, so just pull it forward so both hips are in one line. Gaze is back towards those left fingertips. Inhale, both arms reach high. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. With an exhale, plant your hands, and we're going to hold here in plank position. So always feel free to modify. You can stay here, whole plank, or as needed, come down to your knees. Honor your body today. If you are holding plank, turn that belly on, press the belly to the spine. Lift your kneecaps, that turns on those quads. And then gently press the mat away from you. Gaze is just slightly forward of the fingertips. We'll be here just for 3, for 2, 1. Shift your shoulders slightly forward and then exhale down onto your belly. Untuck those toes one at a time. With an inhale, lift that chest up, cobra pose. And exhale back to downward facing dog. We'll take it just a little faster this time. So take one more full breath in downward dog. Maybe make it audible. And then gaze towards your fingertips. You can walk your feet on up towards your hands. This time, toes touching. Inhale to lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, arms high. Exhale to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, lower halfway or all the way. With an inhale, up dog or cobra pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Three solid connected breaths. Exhale, lift those heels, and then step or hop your feet up towards your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, breath, chair pose, arms reach up, sit back. Shifting the weight a little bit back into your heels so that you might even be able to lift those toes. Glance down, can you see your toes? If not, can you sit back a little deeper? Finding those spots where you can soften here, maybe through your face. Deepening that breath. Sitting a little lower. Hands come to heart center. We're going to twist over to the right. So hook that left elbow on that right knee. Using that hook, go ahead and twist in a bit deeper. Unwind back to center, twist to the left. Hooking the right elbow on the left knee, digging in, twisting deeper. Using your inhale to come back to center. With an exhale, we fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank pose, and lower through your vinyasa. Inhale, right leg high. So feel free to add this in or take it out. We're going to add some core in. So lift that right leg a little higher. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale to left tricep. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, leg high. Exhale, we're going to step through and set your left knee on the mat. Feel free to make the mat a little thicker and fold it over for your knee. You can leave that back toe tucked or untucked and lift on those hands up towards the sky. Stretching into that left hip flexor. Relax those shoulder blades down your back. Hands come to heart center. We're going to hook that elbow, left elbow on right knee. So use that hook once again to deepen the twist. And we want to really keep the spine long here. So twist as deeply as you can with keeping the spine long. For an added challenge, go ahead and lift up that back knee while maintaining the twist. We're going to lift the torso, arms reach in opposite directions, right arm back, left arm forward. Nice, and then unwind, reach those arms up towards the sky, high lunge, Anjaneyasana. Lunging just a little deeper. Back heel is lifted. Front knee is bending right over that right ankle. Hands come down, step on back, flow through Vinyasa. Left side, left leg lifts. Option to add this in or take it out. Lifting your left heel a little higher. Exhale to left tricep. Inhale, reach up. Exhale across your body. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, we step through lightly. Right knee comes down. Feel free to keep those toes tucked under or untuck. And then lift the arms up. Coming into low lunge. Getting a nice stretch through that right hip flexor. Moving hands first to heart center, and then hooking the right elbow on the left knee. So once again, we're going to utilize that hook to twist, but if you notice yourself rounding in, see if you can come out of the twist a bit, lengthen through your spine, and then twist. Added challenge, lift up that right knee. Arms stand opposite directions, lift the torso, and then unwind, high lunge, Vinyasa. All right, guys, we're almost there through this round. So back heel is lifted, front knee is lunging over the ankle. Hands come down, bring the foot, step on back, move through Vinyasa. We'll meet in downward dog, maybe taking cleansing, clearing breath, releasing some heat in through your nose, and release it out of your mouth. Inhale to lift up high on your heels, gaze forward, and as you exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, move through Vinyasa. We meet in downward dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, get it high, right tricep. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, across your body. Inhale, leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, step through low lunge. Using the inhale to reach your arms high. Exhale to twist. Inhale to lift that back knee up. Pause for the out breath. With an inhale, we rise. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, we flow. Opposite side, almost there. Left leg lifts. Exhale, tap that left elbow. Inhale, reach it high. Exhale, cross your body. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, high. Exhale, step through, using the inhale to come on up. Low lunge. Exhale, hands come through the heart center. Inhale to lift up that back knee. Pause for the out breath. Inhale, torso lifts. Pause here. Last inhale, we rise, arms reach up. Exhale, hands come down, step on back. Flow through Vinyasa. We can hang out here in downward dog. We'll be here for about 10 breaths, or if you'd like to come down to child's pose. Knees can come out wide, toes into touch, arms reach forward. Taking that clearing breath in through your nose, out of your mouth. Maybe just allowing your breath to find its natural rhythm, connecting back to that intention as we bring out what can you create space for. What are you releasing today? What thoughts maybe aren't helpful? What beliefs might you start to let go of? And what can you foster and grow? Wherever you are. Just take 2 or 3 more breaths. Let's meet back in downward dog if you're not already there. Inhale, lift up high on your heels. As you exhale, travel to the top of the mat, feet touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, sit deep, arms reach up. I'm just going to take our hands through heart center, twist them over to the right, so hook that left elbow on the right knee. So find something to focus on, find a focal point, and shift your weight over to the right as you lift up that left leg. We're going to step it back for twisted lunge. Wiggle those toes back, find a nice long lunge. We can lift that torso up, and then find high lunge, Anjaneyasana, arms reach up, lunge deeply. Right arm, or arms come out in front of you. We're going to take the right arm over the left. You can grab for opposite shoulders or take eagle bind. Once again, finding that focal point, something to stay steady as you step your left leg forward. One leg Tadasana, eagle arms. Bending into that right knee, we're going to cross the left leg over the right and take eagle pose. You can create a little kickstand and just take the toes down to the mat, or maybe wind around that ankle. Sitting deep, elbows lift. Two more breaths. Grounding through that right foot. We're going to unwind. And then keeping eagle arms, kick the left leg back to warrior three. Left hip rolls down to meet the right. Toes point down towards the mat. Feel free to release the arms forward for warrior three pose. Your release is standing splits. Hands come to the mat. Left leg continues to lift for 3, for 2, and 1. Forward fold is your release. Feel free to take a ragdoll. Sway it out. Flutter your lips. Let it all roll off. We're going to toe heel those feet out to the outer edges of the mat, and then heels come in towards one another. Just have a seat, little yogi squat, palms come to kiss in front of the heart. So we can hang out here in this yogi squat as long as you'd like. Feels really good on the hips. Or if you'd like to get on your hands a bit and play with crow pose, we can do that now. So pick your yoga practice. One is not right, one is not wrong, just what your body's asking for today. So hang out here or take a child's pose, whatever feels supportive. Or follow me and plant your hands about shoulder width distance, fingertips really spread like downward dog. Bend into those elbows, bend into your knees. Right knee comes to the back of your right arm, left knee comes to the back, the left arm. So we're tucking in here. Then you can play with just shifting your weight forward onto your hands, lifting up maybe one toe at a time. And then maybe trying the other toe. Eventually, gripping the mat and shifting forward, lifting up both toes. If this feels like you want to add on to, you can work on straightening through those arms. And just hold. Or crash out of it like we all do as we're learning it. That's okay too. As you're ready, we're just going to return to yogi squat. Woo! Eventually, as you're done playing, just find a forward fold once again. Feet come together. And we'll move to the other side. Inhale, chair pose. Arms reach up, sit back. Hands come through heart center, hooking the left knee. Finding something to focus on. And then shifting over to the left, right toes lift. Step on back for that twisted high lunge. Torso lifts and arms reach up. High lunge, Anjaneyasana. Settle in. Find something not moving in front of you. Focus on that. Arms reach forward. Left arm over the right. Grab for opposite elbows or eagle arms. And then step that right foot forward. Bend into your left leg and cross the right over the left. Creating that kickstand or wrapping the toes around the ankle. Sitting a little deeper, elbows lift. Two more breaths. All right, coming out of it and sweeping that right leg back. Eagle arms, warrior three. Right hip rolls down to meet the left. Toes flex towards the mat. Feel free to let your arms part. Come into full warrior three. Release. Hands come down, standing splits. For 3, 2, 1, forward fold, shake it out. Bend really liberally into your knees, and then place your upturned hand underneath the feet, one at a time. Allowing your head to be heavy, neck is long. You can stay bent into those knees or work on straightening through the legs. Stretching the backs of the wrist. All right, releasing one hand at a time. And then taking another Malasana yogi squat. Feet come out, heels come in. Hands come to heart. Option to stay here, take another child's pose, or any one of your favorite yoga poses. But I'm going to guide us through a side crow. So we're all twisted. Our wrists are loose and our core is turned on, so we're ready to play a little bit with this challenging arm balance. So if this doesn't feel like what you want to be doing today, like I said, take any other yoga pose you prefer, or maybe just practice regular straight crow again. Otherwise, join me. So we're going to be kind of squatting down, heels are lifted, and then we're twisting over to the right. So this left elbow hooks into that right knee crease. The right arm squeezes into the body. So planting the hands about shoulder width distance, fingertips are really spread. Left elbow into that right knee crease. Right arm hugs in. Start shift your shoulders, your head forward, lifting up through the toes. Okay, so playing with any variation of crow or any other supportive yoga pose. If you are playing with side crow, just go ahead and play with the opposite side. You might find that one side's a little easier than the other. For me, twisting to the right is much easier than twisting to the left. So just kind of notice. Once again, we'll be placing that right elbow into the left knee crease. Right elbow hugs in towards the body. Hands are planted shoulder width distance. And then just practicing shifting the weight. Whew. All right. And then we'll all meet eventually in a forward fold as you're balanced side to side. Let's reset with an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, move through Vinyasa, or just skip it and meet in downward dog. We'll just step that right leg through, right foot comes through your hands, left heel spins down, warrior two. So pressing firmly through the outer edge of your left foot, that helps to create a steady base so that you can lunge deeper and feel supported and steady. Arms reach in opposite directions, gazes over that front fingertips. Settle in a little lower. Then inhale, straighten through that front leg, reverse the arms, reach up, reverse triangle pose. And then reach, extend forward, extended triangle. So feel free to place your hand on a block or the inside of your foot. Left arm reaches up towards the sky, shoulders stack. Root firmly through your feet, inhale to rise. And exhale, cartwheel those arms. Move through Vinyasa or skip it and meet in downward dog. We'll step the left foot through. Spin the right heel down, warrior two. Creating that seal with the outer edge of the right foot, firmly pressing down, creates the strong back leg so that you can lunge deeper into that front knee. Arms reach in opposite direction, gazes over those front fingertips. Soften through the gaze, lunge a little deeper. Then inhale, straighten through that front leg, reverse the arms, left arm reaches up, and then reach, extend forward. Extended triangle pose, left hand can come down to a block, the ankle or the mat. Right arm reaches above you and shoulders are stacked. Strong feet, strong legs to rise. And then cartwheel those arms, move through our last Vinyasa or skip it, take downward dog. Let's take a big breath together in through your nose. Let out a sound with the exhale. Let's do two more. Okay, go ahead and drop your knees down. And then just swing your legs out in front of you. Have a seat. You can just lay facing the top of your mat. I'm going to turn towards you for you to see a little better. And I like to remove the flesh away from my sits bones a little bit. Get a nice firm connection to the mat. And then we'll just take a nice easy forward fold. Just crawl yourself over your legs. You can reach for your shins or your ankles. Maybe grab a hold of your feet. And we can use our breath to create some length. So inhaling, lifting up just a little bit, growing the spine long. And then exhaling to hinge in a little deeper. Go ahead and rise. Then we'll take the right foot, bring it on in, and stamp it on your left leg. Somewhere up on that left thigh. And then just turn yourself to face that extended leg, and you can just crawl yourself over that leg. Once again, reaching for the shin, maybe the ankle, or maybe that foot. And then using your breath, finding that length with that inhale, and then seeing if you can create more space as you exhale. Let's take one more full breath. And then slowly rise. Plant the right hand behind you, and then lift your hips, reach your opposite arm back towards the back of the mat. Stargazer's pose, nice front body stretch. And have a seat. Nice. Then we'll move to the opposite side. So Janu Shirshasana, opposite side. Left foot comes in towards the thigh. And then just turn your torso to face that extended leg. And just crawl yourself on forward. Reaching somewhere for your shin, maybe the ankle or the foot. And then just practicing with that breath. Breathing in, getting long. And then exhaling, folding a little deeper. One more collective conscious breath. Rising, placing that left hand behind you, then right arm reaches up and back, lift the hips, Stargazer's pose. And have a seat. All right, we're gonna make our way onto our backs. If you want a little more core on the way down, you can plant your feet and extend your arms in front of you. And just lower on down, keeping the spine long, engaging the core, and just going real slow. And if you want a little more core, come on back up. This time, let's lift the feet up to boat pose. And then lower your feet, lower your back, and just hover a couple inches above, pressing your low back into the mat, pressing belly to spine. You can point the toes and kick for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Take a breath. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And we'll do a little more stretching of the front body after that core work. It'll feel good. So we can set our feet back on the mat, about hip width distance, and then reach your arms down to see if you can touch your heels. Roll your biceps out, so that kind of helps to walk your shoulder blades together. Puffs up your chest, arms come beside you, lift your hips up, bridge pose. So you can interlace your hands underneath your back, if that's an option today. Then drive into the backs of your arms, drive into your heels, lift your hips. If you have a block handy and you'd rather have some support here, go ahead and place the block underneath your sacrum. If you've got the block underneath your sacrum, leave it where it is and stay in bridge. Otherwise, we'll all come back down. And we're going to take one more round of this back bend. So we can take another round of bridge if that felt really good in your body. Or if full wheel is in your practice, we can take that now. So either move into bridge pose, or if you're moving into wheel pose, arms come overhead, fingertips pointed towards your shoulders. Elbows slightly in. Drive through those arms, drive through the legs, lift the hips, gaze between the hands. So hold as long as your breath is steady for 3 to 5 breaths. Whenever you are ready to come down, please always tuck your chin and come to your shoulder blades first to protect your neck. And then whichever posture you took, we can all come down together and just take a couple neutralizing breaths, knees up towards the sky, just letting your back and spine come back into place without countering just yet. And then we can take our counter pose. I like to take knees in towards the chest. If you like, you can also take a happy baby. All right, plant your feet back on the mat, about hip width distance. We're going to stack that right ankle on top of the left thigh. So creating a figure 4 shape. Getting nice into that right hip. So you can leave the left foot on the mat or bring the knee in towards your body. You can interlace your hands behind that left thigh. Do stay flexed through your right foot. That helps just to keep that knee safe. And then you can feel free to do whatever you like with the left leg. You can leave it bent or lift it on up towards the sky. Make some ankle circles. Okay, if your left leg is lifted, go ahead and plant that left foot on the mat and then cross the right leg over the left, kind of like eagle pose like we were earlier. And then you can create a nice little T shape with your arms or cactus them out. Lift your hips up, move them just a little over to the right and set them back down. And then we're going to drop the knees over to the left as you shift your gaze over to the right. So we're coming into a twisted root pose. So a little added detoxifying. We've got the twisted rooted legs and also a twist through our spine. If this doesn't feel good on your body, just feel free to take a simple knees together spinal twist. With whichever option you choose, maybe just close down your eyes and allow your breath to be nice and long and supportive. Seeing if you can trace the breath all the way into your abdomen, even in this twisted posture. Big, long, full breaths. And just take 3 more breaths here. Make our way back to center. Legs can come apart once again and just recenter yourself. Feet hip width distance, and plant that left ankle on top of the right leg. You can stay here or interlace those hands behind the right thigh. Just be mindful to stay flexed, engaged through that left ankle. And just mimicking whatever you did on the other side, you can lift that right leg up and make some ankle circles. Okay, plant the right foot back down if you have it lifted, and then cross the left leg over the right. Just pick our hips up a little bit, move them to the left, just helps with our twist. Arms can come out into a T shape, and then just drop your knees over to the right. Shift your gaze over to the left. Once again, if this doesn't feel good, just go ahead and stack the knees and take a nice spinal twist. Close off your eyes and allow the breath to be steady and long and breathing all the way into your abdomen, just full breaths, communicating to the body that we're unwinding, we're shifting down, getting ready for rest. Three more breaths. Okay, we'll unwind. Come on back to center. Hug those knees in one more time. And we'll just gather ourselves into a little ball. Grab opposite elbows. Squeeze everything. Squeeze your toes. Squeeze your legs, your arms, your face. Take a breath in. And a bigger breath in. Last sip of air. Squeeze everything really tight. And release. Exhale, Shavasana. Our final pose. Legs reach nice and long. Arms beside you, palms face up. And just relax through the entire body. Let yourself melt onto the mat. Feel yourself supported by the mat. And let go. start to make some movements in your body. Maybe wiggling fingers and toes and rolling out your wrists and your ankles, taking a nice big stretch. And eventually resting one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Taking this moment to offer your body deep gratitude. Gratitude for all of its efforts today. And gratitude for all of its efforts every day. As you lay here breathing, feeling your palms lift under your belly, as you take a breath, acknowledging your lungs, your healthy lungs, and offering them gratitude. Acknowledging your heartbeat, offering your heart gratitude. Bringing a smile to your face, flooding your brain with endorphins, just really, truly appreciating this moment. You can roll over to your favorite side. And press yourself on up to a seat. Palms touching your heart center, Anjali Mudra. Eyes closed or just shifting down towards those fingertips. Just like we did at the start of practice, taking these last few moments to check in, see how you're feeling after this practice. Did it serve you? And bringing those thumbs up to your third eye center, the space between your eyes for peaceful thoughts, deep peace. And down to your mouth for kind words, sweet, loving words. And back to your heart for gratitude. Namaste.